Joining us via Zoom is Ryan Handby, one of the team at MilestonePay, who are web developers and do a whole host of other things as well. Ryan, welcome back.
Oh, great to see you again, George. How are you, mate?
Listen, last time you and I spoke, you were doing some tremendous work getting an app that would be appropriate for all of those people who work, of course, as freelancers in the marketplace and quite often get the raw prawn, don't get the best deals possible. And you've come up with an app which has been received very positively from all sectors. What's the latest? Are you getting any global, reach? Are people coming in and biting and taking a bite and saying, "We'd like to know a little bit more about MilestonePay"?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked, George. We actually do have quite a bit of global interest starting to sort of prop up as our name's starting to get out there, which is great. We're starting to realize that it's not just Australian freelancers that have this problem. We are starting to see people from all walks of life around the globe coming and reaching out to us, even in other industries that we weren't originally expecting, which is great, which means we can help more people, which is what we set out to do. We've seen people from Canada and Spain, the Philippines, India, Pakistan. It's a really wide range of people that have started reaching out to us and asking, "Hey, when are you launching in our country?"
Well, here's the question. They're asking you, and you said to me you'd let me know when you were a lot closer to launch. In the app form, you actually do have an application that does work, and it works through the website. But when are we likely to see a genuine app that can be delivered across the globe?
So the genuine app has begun work on it. It is looking like it should possibly be released within the next quarter, and we'll be seeing that hopefully in everybody's pockets as soon as we can.
Look, just for those who don't know what MilestonePay does, just give us a brief rundown. You guys, from my memory, when we first touched on this, you had an idea, you had a partner, you were doing some tremendous work as web developers and a few other things, and you had an idea to fulfill and to support all those people who were in a bundle of industries, but working alone and not always getting the best possible outcome when they were doing a job. Or if they were tendering for a job, they would more often than not, they would come off second best. And you've come up with this idea when you've called it MilestonePay, which I got very excited about from day one, because I've done an awful lot of freelancing work since leaving the full-time newsroom. And I understand just how important it is when you do a job to actually be paid and be paid properly. So where do we sit right now? How far advanced are we? And have you changed it, tweaked it, especially with all the response you've had from around the globe?
Yeah, so from the last time we chatted, we had a more basic offering. We had just milestone-based contracts, and that was doing really well for a lot of people. That was helping people get paid in chunks up front and making sure that jobs were being done and being paid correctly. And we started to get more interest, and then people were like, "Well, how can we use this in our day-to-day lives more rather than just always when we're contracting?" So we've actually recently just launched a small invoicing engine on the inside of it, so you can use that if you're a small business and just want to do one-off jobs. We've also launched a CRM, which is to help manage your customers and your relationships with them too. So see when you last spoke to them, what the last message was with them. So that can all be linked all together. So and the last thing that we've launched is sort of customer forms. So you can go and survey your customers and things too if you want to do afterwards for reviews and things like that. So essentially all of the little tools that you need to run a really well-organized business is starting to be what the core of MilestonePay is, and we're doing a lot more than just contracts now.
I love that. Small business must be thinking to itself, "Hello, where have you been, MilestonePay? We've been working and doing our own individual thing, but here's something that you can actually tailor to suit each and every person or each and every small company that needs support."
Correct.
I love the idea of the CRM, so important, especially if they mean business. If they want to do it, in a sort of hobby fashion, I can understand that. But if they really want to do business, CRM, invoicing, all that sort of stuff that you can actually tailor. Now that adds another whole dimension. I can understand now why you are getting so many feelers from around the globe. Well done.
Absolutely, George, and that's sort of why we've been building these things. We're listening to our customers. We're building what people want to see and what people need, because we've been there as small businesses. We know there are endless amounts of subscriptions and all these weird things that people have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Tools that don't work well together. Everything's just a frustration, and like you're sitting there, you've done your whole work for like all day, and you get home, it's like 8 o'clock at night. You're sitting there writing 2 hours of invoices and trying to tie up the loose ends with your books. And we were sick of it, and I think everyone else is sick of it too. So that's why we've come along and we've started building all the tools to make that a much quicker process, to take that headache out of people's lives and to get money back in their pockets.
Well, look, I can tell you we've had to do some work behind the scenes, and I remember having to get DocuSign sorted and a contract there. And I remember the fuss and all the detail and the number of steps that you had to go through. It's like a labyrinth at times. So anything that can simplify it and make it better and more reliable, we've got to back it. And MilestonePay, from all of the stuff that we've seen, just hits and ticks all the boxes. Ryan, keep telling us, with every advance, what's next. Because if people want to get in touch with you, it's MilestonePay.com. Very simple.
Yeah.
Ryan Handby, the man who's one part of a terrific team at a niche team of web designers and app developers, doing some tremendous work, especially for those who felt that they didn't have anyone working for them. Well, MilestonePay does much of the work, especially if you reach out and tell them what you want. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan Handby.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, George.